everyone, my name is Tori, this is Adult Life, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to start a brand new reading vlog. Sometimes when you're a content creator, things don't always go the way you want them. I started a vlog 4 days ago, okay? Started a vlog, I was like, ooh, we're gonna play series catch up. We're gonna finish the Zodiac Academy series. We're gonna finish the Flesh and Fire series by JLA. I DNF'd the Zodiac Academy series at book 8. I'm not reading over 2,000 pages between the last two books for like an okay plot line. We're not having it. We're not having it. And today's Saturday. And I thought, you know what? Why not just do a plain old weekly vlog? We don't have to do the whole theme stuff. We don't always have to do that, you know? And I thought, hell yeah, we're gonna do that. Now, I have a lot of things that I'm currently in the middle of reading, and we're gonna chat about them. So I deleted all of my footage. I had like 20 minutes of footage from that video, from that vlog. So, you know, sometimes things just don't, it happens that way, you know? It happens that way, and that is okay. That is okay. But I figured you guys want to see a vlog anyway. It's currently filming day, which is why I look all done up. My hair, lipstick, my cute bow. Love it. Anyway, I already filmed a book haul, so I have to actually put a lot of these books away. I have to scan them, actually. I'm trying to get better at that, where I scan the books that I get from a book haul, and then I can put them on my shelves. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna scan them. But I wanted to open up and tell you what I'm reading, because I'm in the middle of currently 3 books. Currently 3 books. So I'm currently listening to The Unmaking of June Farrow. So I actually put this in a fantasy romance books to read before the end of the year video, where I gave you like 5 recs you need to read, and then 5 books that I want to read, and that was definitely one of them. So my audiobook is due back in 7 days, so I definitely wanted to start this one. And so this one is more like it's interesting. It takes place, like, I think it's northern Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. It's a super small town. You see that the Farrow women are, they're cursed. You see that it's been, you know, happened to her mom, and now she's starting to like see certain things. I'm not exactly sure, but she's like seeing things and like kind of like hallucinations of like things, people, all of that stuff. And so she goes to see a doctor, and then she figures out that she figures out something about herself. I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if this is a spoiler because I'm only 18% in, but it's interesting because she figures out something and it kind of like turns everything she knew like completely like 180, and I literally stopped the audiobook at that part. So that's where I'm at with that audiobook. It's going. I don't really have anything other to say than it's going, but I heard that it's actually really good. I know that she's like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone. She was like, I can't imagine anyone loving me the way that I am, the way like she is and how she sees things. So she's kind of like lonely. So I think it's a romance. I'm hoping it's a romance, but I actually don't know. I won't be disappointed if there's not, because I actually didn't check, but it's fine. And then I'm actually currently in the middle, I'm 40% through, of Tied Together by Bailey Jane. So this is an adorable book. Look how cute. Look at the bow. Look at the bow. Okay, it matches. We match. I mean, I'm not pink and she's in pink, but it's fine. It's fine. This is actually kind of like a holiday romance. You see that our female character and our hero work together, and they actually get chosen to go to Paris over the holidays to work with the branch in Europe. Like, it's a magazine, and they have to kind of like work together and, you know, build the department up over there from scratch. And they're like 2 department heads in the US. They go over there for the holidays, and so she has this like list of things that she wants to do. They're kind of forced together because they're sharing kind of an apartment. It's like 2 bedrooms with a common area. That's what they kind of, the company paid for. So I'm literally 40% through this. It's super adorable. It's kind of like my first holiday read, but it's not like a full-blown holiday, you know what I mean? So I'm enjoying this one. It's super adorable. I love the romance. He's like a golden retriever. He leaves her little Ghirardelli chocolates, like the squares everywhere, like to make her day better. I'm like, so cute. And then I started, oh my gosh, what is the title of it? Hang on. I started an ebook. It actually came out on the 15th. So it's called Braving the Storm by Elliot Rose. So I'm not very far into this book, but it was giving Credence vibes based on the, I'm 8% in. I'm not very far. I started it last night and then I fell asleep. So the dedication is what got me, and it says, for the readers ready to wear the cuff and get on their knees, Uncle Storm will take good care of you, if you beg nicely, that is. So it's her step uncle, technically. It's her father's adopted brother. And you see that she is at this like A-line, well, the story opens up with Storm going back to his A-line. He used to be a bull rider. Now he just kind of like, you know, lives his life up in like this secluded cabin type thing, and he's for the winter, and he's like ready to go back, and he gets into his house and he finds this woman there like getting undressed in his bedroom. And he's like, oh, okay, like this is a nice surprise to come back to. He finds out it's his niece. It's his estranged niece, like step niece, is that the thing? Anyway, it's giving Credence vibes, and if you know me, Credence is one of my favorite books. I love Credence. Giving Credence vibes without like the multiple guys, it's just the uncle. Now, a lot of people love Credence because of Uncle Jake, which is her step uncle. It's like very similar situation. I personally like Credence for the brother, one of the brothers. That's my thing. So I don't know, it's forbidden, it's taboo, it's a darker romance, kind of kinky. Thought I would give it a try. I have like a bunch of, I have like different genres. I have like super cute holiday, I have like a historic, I have like a little bit of like a magical realism book going on with like a mystery a little bit, and then I have a kinky spicy romance. So yeah, I thought that would be the start to this weekly vlog. I don't know what I'm gonna read. Like, I really want to get through my TBR, like my November TBR, because I do have a decent amount of books on there that I haven't read. I also want to just like read what I want. So we'll see what I get up to. I'm gonna start scanning these books. I have my Alani in this cute little cup I got from TikTok shop. The glass on glass is kind of, you know, making me a little overstimulated, so I might have to switch to a plastic straw just because I also feel like I'm going to chip my tooth on a glass straw. Does anyone else feel that way? I do. The Alani's really hitting me, if you can't tell. Finally, because I needed that pick-me-up for my next video. I also just filmed like an unboxing and book haul, which you guys already saw, and I cut the fuck out of myself. So that's lovely. That's lovely. Anyway, I'm going to open up my program. I'm going to get to scanning, and then we'll film my next video. Let's get to scanning. Hello, I'm here to give you a little bit of an update. I went to dinner with my parents and my brother, who turned 18 today, which is so crazy to me that he's 18. I literally cannot believe he's 18. It feels like time has flown by for him. Anyway, if you guys don't know, I have a brother. He's 12 years younger than me, so I'm 30, he's 18. And I feel like I've raised him like he's my baby, you know? He's such a good kid. Anyway, I didn't film anything there. I will film if my parents are there and just my brother, but my brother's girlfriend and her parents were there, so I usually don't like to film when it's like other people besides like my immediate family, just because I don't want them to feel weird about it. Anyway, like they know everything, but I have a reading update because I did spend yesterday, after I filmed, I did spend like the rest of the night in bed reading, and I finished Tied Together, which I left my physical book upstairs because I thought I was going to record this clip upstairs, but I did not. So I finished Tied Together, and I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5, 4 stars. So this is the author's first ever published book, and it's not open door, which I was not surprised by, but like I do like to point that out because there are some people that like to read like clean romances. So it's closed door, which I did not mind. I thought it was like a super adorable holiday romance. Like, I loved how different it was. Like they're working together. They have to go to Europe for like that branch of their company to like help them start the department, and get everything like back together, like back on track and everything. And I thought that was really cool. And then they spend the holidays together. So they're like at night, they're like in the same area, because they're sharing like an apartment. So I thought that was really good. I thought that was just super cute, all the cute holiday stuff, but in Paris. So if you want something different from like the normal, just, you know, in the US type thing, that one was really, really cool. I really like that one. So I think I'm gonna rate it 4 on Goodreads. I'm gonna rate it 4 on Goodreads, but like 3.5 stars, technically, like for my stats. It was solid. I would recommend it. It was super cute. It wasn't like over the top amazing, but it wasn't like horrible at all. I thought it was a little too long for a holiday romance. Like we spent the beginning really like building up a lot of things, and the ending was kind of like, it has a little bit of a miscommunication, so that's just not my favorite thing. So yeah, I mean, for her first published book, I thought it was really good, and I love the cover. I'm so happy she sent me a paperback because I love the cover of that book. Now, I did finish actually today. I laid in bed most of the day before we went to dinner, and I finished Fireline by Maggie Gates. So I know I gave you an update yesterday saying that I was going to start the Elliot Rose book, Brave the Storm. And I started reading that. I got like 10-15% in, and I was like, I'm not feeling this. Like, it just is going to be like a mostly spicy, no plot, stuck in the same cabin romance. That's what the vibes that I was getting, and I was just not in the mood for that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't in the mood for that type of book. That's where it was going. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like romantic suspense-y, but it's not. So I put that one to the side, like it's fine. I don't count that as a DNF because I barely started it, but I did start Fireline like 2 weeks ago, I think. Like sometimes I'll be laying in bed, I don't know what to read, so I'll pick up an ebook that's on my Kindle or something. And so Fireline is actually on my November TBR. So I'm making my way through my November TBR. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I finished that one today, and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was going really good. Like for me, hate to love, you really have to make me believe that like that hate turns to love. And this one, it seemed like insta love. There was a reason why he like changed his tune of why he stopped like hating her. Like, I don't know if he actually hated her, but like really disliked her. And it made sense. I just felt like it kind of was like insta lovey on her part a little bit after that. I mean, they definitely have intense physical chemistry, so like that was not the problem at all. I took my pop socket off to put you guys up there, but yeah, it was a really good book. I read Downpour by Maggie Gates, and I think I give that one also 4 stars. So this series has been like really solid. I haven't gone back to read the first book because that one's a single dad, but I want to. So at some point I do want to go and read that. But yeah, 4 star for Fireline. And while I was driving to and from my brother's birthday dinner, we went to like a sushi restaurant because he loves sushi and stuff. I was continuing listening to The Unmaking of June Farrow. And this was, so I didn't know anything about this book going into the blurb. Going into the book, well, kind of like what the blurb says. But basically the premise is like all the Farrow women have, I think I've said this, like something going on mentally, how they look like. It seems like they're going crazy and then they go missing and stuff like that. And so she's starting to have those delusions and hallucinations and stuff like that. So she's been having that for like the past year. So she's now getting help, and because it's like in her family. And she finds things after her grand passes away, and she's like starting to put pieces together. So basically, I'm pretty sure that's what happened with this, but like she walked through a door because one of her grandmother's friends was like, I can't tell you anything. I've made this promise. I'm not going to break it. But when you see the door, walk through it. And so she's, goes to this specific spot, like address that she finds her grandmother left her or something like that. And she goes and she finds the door and she walks through it. And she's like back in time. I'm pretty sure she's back in like the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken. That's the vibe I'm getting. And the person who she met, who's like living in the house that she was at now, I think that's her grandmother's house. I'm pretty sure it's the same house because she was like, oh, you know, like this is a home. Mine was not a home. So there's a guy there and he knows her. He's like, June, what are you doing here? Did anyone see you? And I'm like, what do you mean, did anyone see you? What's going on? So I am definitely hooked. I don't have the physical book of it. I only have the audio. So I may just lay in bed and listen to the book because I'm very, very, very intrigued by this one. Like it's the beginning, the first like 20% was a little slow of like trying to figure out, because you're just diving into her life and she's just like throwing all this stuff at you. But now that she kind of like walked through the door, which I'm pretty sure that means she's like traveled back in time, because she mentioned something that like, I can still smell the Bronco like running, like she left it running when she got out at that address. So she left it running and she can smell the exhaust, but she can't like see the car. So it's like that, there's like a veil for that time, which I find is interesting. I love that. I don't know if it's called magical realism, but like I love that kind of like whimsical aspect. It's giving Outlander vibes, but less Scottish. And like it said Jasper, but it's Jasper, South Carolina or North Carolina, whichever one. We do have a Jasper, Georgia in the Blue Ridge Mountains, but it's not that Jasper. So, but it is still very Southern-like. So yeah, I am probably going to continue listening to that. And I still have like 7 hours left of the audio. I'm like barely any far into it. I'm like 25, maybe 28%, but I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. But tomorrow's Monday, so I go back to work. I say go back to work. I go upstairs to my loft and I work. And I don't know if I can listen to audiobooks with some of the stuff I have to do with the week. Sometimes I can, sometimes I don't know. So I don't know how many audiobooks. I do have a lot lined up. I have like a Tia Williams book. I got like a couple of, I got some books in a book haul from Aardvark Book Club. And I got one that looked really intriguing. It was it's a like historical fantasy maybe, kind of. So yeah, I just have a couple of audiobooks lined up that I may want to start reading. So those will be for my week. But so far, this June Fair book is keeping my attention and I'm very excited. So I'm going to go take a shower, lay down, relax. I'm very tired. I was going to edit tonight, but I'm like so exhausted for some reason today. And yeah, I'm going to chat with you guys tomorrow. Happy Monday. I'll see you tomorrow with my coffee. Bright and early. Not bright and early. At like 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, because that's my prime waking up and starting the daytime. But I'll see you then. Hello. I hope the lighting's okay. I wasn't going to update you today because I'm barely wearing makeup. But I got some book mail. Not from the Arcane Society, but I got some stuff from Jess. She unhauled a bunch of books. And what she usually will do is like send me pictures of everything, or like FaceTime me and show me what she has, and then I'll say yes if I want it, no if I don't. So that's what I did. I also got this package from Sourcebooks that I'm gonna open really quick. It says their marriage of convenience is anything but. It's Keep Me from Sarah Kate from Sourcebooks, which is really exciting. I also have my reading update, but I'm gonna open up this stuff first. So it says Killian Barclay is a grumpy Scottish billionaire who hates me, and now I'm his wife. So I actually forgot that Sarah Kate was having this book come out. Secret Seduction in Scottish Billionaires. That's very exciting. So this is just like all the blurb and all the information and stuff like that. And here is the book. Let me make sure there's nothing in here. Okay, I think it's literally, oh no, there's stuff in here. Okay, that's actually really cool. Except there's so much crinkle paper in here. I think there's art at the bottom, but there's so much crinkle paper and it is legit getting everywhere. I was wondering why there was so much crinkle paper and like the box is so big, but the book's not that big, you know? Oh, it releases December 3rd. Ooh. Pink sugar. Ooh, that smells really good. I was about to show you, like you can smell it, but you can't smell it, but it smells really good. I actually really like that. So this is the book. So this is, hang on. There's like dust from the crinkle paper that always happens with PR stuff. Oh, he's a broody Scot. And then she's a New Yorker, tough as nails, daughter of the brilliant yet neglectful parents. Huh. Do I read this? Do I read this in this vlog? Who knows? Oh my gosh, it has a step back. Oh my god. I mean, it's not in color, but that's still really cool. Oh my god, that makes me so excited. And it's like digitally signed. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really excited. Oh, it says good girls read spicy books. That's super, super cool. And then the back just says Keepy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put this right there. Oh, and then it has like the full color. That is so pretty. Okay, wait, I'm gonna hang this up because I really want to hang it up. That's super exciting. Oh, and then it comes with two stickers. Men in kilts do it best. True. And then it says, "In my spicy romance era." So, always love stickers, but that's super exciting. Thank you so much, Source Books. I don't need that because I already know what the blurb is, but I got a mix of stuff from Just. She gave me a lot. The first thing is when I opened this box, it had this there. Can you tell what that is? That is a Taylor Swift t-shirt. She got me a Taylor Swift Eras t-shirt, which I was supposed to go with her and Alexis, but she couldn't get more than 2 tickets. They just like, she had like resale tickets like 2 days before the Indianapolis show, because I was like, it would be really cool to see like the Tortured Poets department and all that stuff. So she got, I think she said she got a Gracie Abrams sweatshirt, but I didn't know she was getting me that. I said, surprise me if you want to, and I guess that meant yes in her eyes. So yeah, thank you for that, Jess. So she got me this book, which is, well, she unhauled these books because she either had duplicates of the historicals, or like she already had duplicates, or she didn't want these. So this is the only other Lisa Kleypas, not the only, but one of the only Lisa Kleypas ones somewhere I'll find you that I don't have with the step back. So I always look for Lisa Kleypas books. And then she decided to send me Meet Your Baker by Ellie Alexander. So I do have a Christmas one, but she gave me this one. So I'm gonna read the Christmas one that I have, and we'll see if I like this one. Oh, she had an arc of Curvy Girl Summer. So she had a finished copy and an arc, and she was like, oh, I want to keep the finished copy, but she loved this book. She really, really loved this book. So, yeah, I'm very excited to read this. Very excited because she absolutely loved this. I mean, I do love Danielle Allen. She's like so sweet. And then Jess, I think she said she pre-ordered this from Barnes & Noble, but then also she got one when she went to the signing, because Anna was at a signing near her. And like to go, you had to pre-order the, oh, it comes with this. This is what's different. It's the inside. So I have this edition as well. I'm very excited. I love that book. Then she gave me this copy of Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which this one is not the foiled one, but I have the other ones that are the foiled one, but she got the foiled, and so I was like, I'll just take this one just so I have a copy because I did enjoy it. And then she didn't want this one by Elle Kennedy, Body Check, which I don't know why I said yes to this, but it's a free book. Like sometimes I just can't help but saying yes to a free book, you know? And then she had, oh, this arc of Carrie Marie Monning's The House at Watch Hill. Christy hated this book, and now I'm nervous to read it, but you know, before she gave this arc away or like put it in a little free library or whatever, I was like, let me try reading it and seeing if I like it so I can keep it. I don't know, did she have an extra copy of this? Oh, what the hell? That's really, actually, really, really cool. So I don't read Nora Roberts, but this is more of like a not historical, what did she say, like whimsical? Yeah, it's a historical, and there's a like Today Time. Anyway, she said this one was really, really, really good. Oh, that's really cool. They have like a little, like, like the part 1 has like what the end pages are, but like just in black and white. That's actually really cool. Anyway, I know the second book's about to come out, but I wanted to read this one because she said it was actually really, really good. She thought I would actually really like it. There's some Noras where she's like, you're not gonna like it, and I was like, okay. And I think this one, she also pre-ordered this one, but then also got a PR box with it, maybe. Oh, this is, she kept the other one because this one's dented at the top a little bit, but I love Casey McQuiston. Oh, can you see the sprayed edges? Oh no. There we go. It says some things taste better together. So it has cute sprayed edges. Do they have like stuff inside? Oh, that's just the parts. Okay. I was like, wait, what? So this is 2 X's that get back together. That's super cool. I'm just gonna leave that in there. So that was everything in that box, but now I have a reading update, which I'm very excited about. So I literally just finished like 20 minutes ago The Unmaking of June Farrow, and I was not expecting to love this book so much. If you're a fan of like the TV show of Outlander, but the books are too intimidating to you and you just don't want to read them because they're just way too thick and there's way too much stuff going on, I really think you'd like The Unmaking of June Farrow. I 100% like, I will bet on it. It's so interesting. There's like the whole thing about the Pharaoh women and how like there's, you know, parallel times, which I've read books about that, but it was like, it's romantic in a way, but it's not like open door sexy at all, not at all. So I wouldn't like categorize this as that, but it was just like so romantic. It was so, you know, like her making a decision about herself. I don't want to say too much, but I was actually really blown away. Like I was sitting here working and had to be like, oh my gosh, that happened. Did not see that coming. So yeah, it was a really, really good book. It's exactly what I needed. I think I'm gonna land at like 4.5 star. It wasn't the perfect 5-star read because the first 20% was a little slow, but I still enjoyed it. So I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I haven't decided what I'm gonna read next. I may pull something off of here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move all of this stuff into my library and then I'll pick something. So I'll show you what I pick, but that's the update I have for you. Hello, I have a reading update. So I finished Don't Let the Forest In. I finished the audiobook of this one. And honestly, I'm very surprised at like how much I really enjoy this author's writing. Sorry, I'm about to edit a Patreon video. But I wanted to update you because it's Thursday night. And I finished this audiobook. I really liked it. I think I'm gonna give it like 4.5 stars, like a solid 4.5. It wasn't, I don't know what it was about the not being a perfect 5, and I think it's because it's kind of all over the place, but that's the point of it, if that makes sense. I don't know, I keep going back and forth. I'm like, it's a solid 4.5. Do I rate it 5? I probably will rate it 5. Now that I think about it, because I did really like it. I love the combination of all the different types of like genres that are in this. Like, it's definitely kind of dark academia because it takes place at the school. It's definitely horror. It definitely has some horror elements. It definitely has the gothic vibes. Like, it has all of these things. There's a slight little romance that happens and brews in the story. It's about growing up and getting older. There's just a lot of things that I was like, wow, I really, really enjoyed this. But it's like a, what's the word? Like, it's one of those books that are like under recognized. Like, it goes like under the radar. Like, of course the cover is gorgeous and I need one on my shelves, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm surprised more people aren't shouting about this, if that makes sense. I do know like Lachlan read it and she said she was highlighting it a lot. I don't know if she finished it, but I know she said she was reading it. So I had the best time reading it. I really, really enjoyed it. I love the writing. I wonder if this author's writing is like this in every book, or it was just the style that they went for in this particular book. I'm not sure, because I've never heard of this author, but I've also never, like, I didn't look up to see what other books they have. But anyway, I had the best time. It was a really good book. I would highly, highly, highly recommend if you love like the gothic vibe, the dark academia vibe, but more of a YA setting. So there's not like open door spicy at all. It's not about that. It's very much about them as friends, growing as friends, the little romance that blossoms. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had the best time. Now, I am currently reading one of my most anticipated reads is The Songbird in the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. So this came out Tuesday and I picked it up last night during my reading sprints with my Patreon. I picked it up and I started reading it. I'm at like 22%. It's actually going by relatively quick. Like, I only had like 2 30-minute sprints and I read like 22% of the book in an hour, which actually is like relatively like quick. But like Carissa Broadbent's writing, like with her fantasy stuff, like even the first 2 books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, it's so easy to just like dive in and like get into, if that makes sense. Like, it's so easy to just, I mean, I do remember a lot of the world, so that was easy. Like, it's not like I'm having to like focus on the world building and stuff like that. It's a very interesting setup. I do know this is the first in a duet, so it doesn't end up on a cliffhanger. Like, I knew that going in. I have heard that someone got to about 50% and they were like, ooh, I kind of just want to stop reading it. Like, I'm not very intrigued with it, which makes me nervous. This is literally like one of my most anticipated reads for the year. And I'm going to be so heartbroken if I'm like anticipating this book and it's like, it doesn't live up to like the first two books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So I do love what she's doing. Our female character, you see her in the first two books. I'm going to be vague because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read it, but she's a friend of Ray. She's a friend of Rain in the first two books, and you see her throughout everything. And this is kind of like her continuation story. So you see kind of what happens at the end of the second book with her and what happens like plot-wise, and how it sets up this book. But she's a scholar. She was a scholar. So it's very much surrounding her like thirst for knowledge and to know things, and she's piecing things together with like what she has learned as a scholar. So I can understand why that may be boring to some people, but I'm personally enjoying it. Like, it's not like over the top amazing right now, but it's not like, oh, I'm not enjoying it. It's just like slower paced. But I didn't have any expectations other than I really want to love it because I love this world and I love the characters that we've met. So that's all I have, but I hope to finish it tonight, tomorrow, to close out this vlog, so it goes up on Sunday. So I might be closing it on Saturday and editing on Saturday, but that's okay. Anyway, that's all I have for this update. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to sit down and read tonight. That's my plan. I was going to work some more, but I was like, you know what? You can take a break. It's fine. I can work tomorrow. More tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm going to go read with my kitty cat. It's very cold here today. It's in the 30s, 40s, and 30s and 40s right now. So, yeah, I'm going to go snuggle up with a blanket, dive into this fantasy romance, and yeah, I'll update you guys probably tomorrow. Hello, I'm here to close out this vlog and also update you because I finished The Songbird in the Heart of Stone last night. It's really hard because this was one of my legit most anticipated releases of the year. I loved the first two books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. The second book was a little bit slower, but I still really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. This one is interesting. I think it's like, you know, it's Carissa Broadbent's take on the 7 Depths of Hell, if that makes sense. Basically, you see our female character, you see at the end of the second book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, so like the end of the first duet, like what happens to her and like what's going on. But it took a turn that I wasn't expecting, and it wasn't like a bad book. I never wanted to like DNF it, if that makes sense. Like, I never wanted to like stop reading it. I kept my attention. I was very interested, but I just felt like there was like something missing, and I don't know what exactly that is. And I've been trying to think of it all day since I've been up. Like last night when I finished the book, and then since I've been up today. And I don't know if it's like the connection between the characters, but like I definitely felt like there was some type of chemistry there. I don't think that they're like in love with each other, but then again, there's a second book in the duet, so I can't really like judge the love story based on it because it's not done. And it definitely ends on a cliffhanger, don't get me wrong. Like, they're not together at all at the end of the book. I just, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I didn't have how do I say this? I didn't have like super high expectations because I really didn't know what the book was about. So like going in, I was like, oh, I like the 7 Depths of Hell. I like how it's like we're traveling with them. I like how we're trying to figure out all of these things. I like that, you know, the gods they have a certain type of thing in there. I just felt like there was something missing, and I don't know what that something was. And it makes me feel a little sad because I don't know what that thing is. Like, I don't know what it is. And I feel like that's like not helpful to you guys if you should pick it up or not, because you're like, well, if you don't know what's missing, like why would I read it? Like, I think I'm gonna land, like, if I'm ticking all the boxes of fantasy romance, right? It had a romance, right? It had a little bit of the enemies to lovers aspect, like rivals. They're like, he's a vampire, she's a vampire, but she doesn't want to be a vampire. She was turned by, like, not by choice, like someone forced her to change into a vampire, which you've seen. And then, you know, the gods have a play, which if you've read the first 2 books, you kind of know, like, already the gods and their stories and stuff like that. So that wasn't, like, a huge thing. Like, it ticked that box, I guess. Like, it was interesting. I was interested. I liked where the story was going. And it was, like, okay. But there was nothing, like, wowza about it. It wasn't, like, oh my gosh, like... And I don't know if she's saving all those plot twists and shock values for the second book. I don't know. I'm assuming so. I don't know. I think I'm gonna land at like 3.5, 4 stars. Like, it was fine. It was fine. But it's hard because the story's not complete yet. And it feels like an incomplete story because it's the first in a duet. So I'm like, it was fine. There was nothing shocking. It kept me entertained. So I think that's why I'm gonna do like 3.5, 4 stars. So is that helpful? Probably not. But I'm a little disappointed because I was expecting to be like, wowed like I was with the first book, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I really like that one. So like, I know with that she took trials and like made it differently with the trials, you know, thing with fantasy romance. And this is like the 7 depths of hell. And, like, the farther you go, the more you lose kind of, like, your sanity a little bit. So, like, it was interesting, and I liked it. But it wasn't, like, oh, my gosh, like that. So, anyway. That's literally my thoughts. I was trying to think of, I don't know. I was just trying to think of things, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. But that's all I have for this vlog. So sorry if it was boring to you, but if you've made it this far and you want to let me know, leave me a blue heart emoji to match my sweater, because that's the only thing I can think of right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.